Ever since Kawhi Leonard played 2 games in the first 3 nights and he has not been seen again, although his return is close. Will NBA survive without Kawhi? What's wrong with Leonard and when will he play again? Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. If you are new here, kindly hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to get more videos like this. Let's get started without further ado. The Clippers still aren't sure whether star forward Kawhi Leonard will return from a partially torn ACL as the team prepares to open training camp, but he made a heroic return for the Clippers. Why a great second chance? How did this NBA star do it? The Los Angeles Clippers were the team that made their NBA debut this season later. They did it on the third day and the night shift in Los Angeles and against the Lakers. It was one of the most anticipated matches because of the rivalry, because of being able to see LeBron at home, and above all, because of the return of Kawhi Leonard. The two-time MVP of the finals returned after 16 months out and did so from the bench, the first time he had not started since 2014. The world was expectant of this return, which although slow, seemed safe. He scored 14 points in 21 minutes in his debut but missed the next game, the first of a back-to-back. In the third game against Phoenix, he came off the bench again, this time playing almost 21 minutes and scoring 11 points. That was on October 23rd, still in the first week of the NBA. It's been over 3 weeks and we haven't seen Kawhi on a basketball court again. The return is close after the game against the Suns. Leonard again felt discomfort in his right knee, which underwent surgery the previous year. The Clippers have always been cautious in deciding when and how Kawhi returns, but he's already missed 11 straight games. What we know for now is that Ty Lue, coach of the Los Angeles team, has said that Kawhi should return very soon. He has already returned to practice in 5-against-5 and last step before returning to the courts. The other good news is that he is already traveling with the team. In the victory this past morning in Houston, Leonard was next to the bench. He didn't travel on the first tour of Texas a week ago, but he has felt the need to now, where the Clippers will face Luka Doncic, Mavericks, in additions to Houston. That fact doesn't ensure Kawhi's immediate return, but it does get it very close. The question that remains is knowing how much his knees will allow him to play. The stiffness problem is something recurring and it seems that it will continue to affect him, so the Clippers will have to work hand in hand with their star. As happened in other seasons, likely he will not play consecutive games, but his team needs him to return as soon as possible because he started as one of the great favorites to win the ring, and for now, despite a relatively simple schedule, he adds 8 wins for 6 losses. What's it about the team of Paul George? There are 8 consecutive games in which Paul George has been the franchise top scorer. Figures like Luka Doncic, Kevin Durant, and Jason Tatum have. The former Indiana and Oklahoma player is averaging 24.7 points and acting as a leader, although he knows perfectly well that Kawhi is the benchmark for his team. According to him, assuring in the preseason, Kawhi is one of this team. People try to say that we are 1A and 1B, or that we are both one. I say it publicly. Kawhi is the 1 and I am the 2. But being the 2 implies, in the absence of the referent, taking a step forward. As the game winner against the Rockets, he shot to win the game after scoring 35 points. The 40 against Sacramento, 32 against Utah, and with all devastating statistics of efficiency in the last minutes. Cleveland came back by 13 points in the last 4 minutes at the hand of Paul George, and the Lakers were dominated from start to finish. Again, thanks to George and a rejuvenated John Wall. As long as Kawhi is out for as long as it takes, the Clippers will continue to suffer. They can survive, they have enough weapon and a player like Paul George to take the alternative as a star. Of course, once Leonard returns, and especially if he does it at the highest level, they have the potentials to be one of the best teams in the NBA due to talent and depth. In the end, the goal is not now, it is in June. The Los Angeles Lakers are not the only Los Angeles team with alarms going off at the start of the season. The LA Clippers, who many saw among the favorites of the Western Conference in the previous one, is not having a start as expected either, and this Sunday they added a new defeat at home, a resounding 112-91 against New Orleans Pelicans. The history of the party? The return of Zion after a couple of games was absent due to a blow to the hip, with 21 points, 12 rebounds, and 7 assists in just over 30 minutes on the court, as dominant as ever and responsible for giving loose men a new blow to leave them with a 2-4 mark. What exactly is wrong with the Clippers? The second worst offense in the NBA. The Clippers started the day as the second least effective offense in the competition, and against the Pelicans, they had another afternoon to forget, which will continue to sink them in the order. Just 91 points, 41% from the field, 28% on three-pointers, 61% on three-pointers, and 15 turnovers. The bad timing of the Clippers' attack can be explained by individuals and collective failures. For starters, they have the fourth worst three-point percentage in the league, with two very clear culprits for them. The players with the most attempts on the team, Paul George, is barely at 25.7%. The second, with the most shots of three, Norman Powell, 4.3 per game, is at 23.1%. If the two highest volume shooters are at or below 25% accuracy, that impacts the overall percentage significantly, especially when the third, with the most attempts, Reggie Jackson, is not a guarantee either. The other serious problems of the Clippers' attack is the losses. They are by far the team with the highest average per game, with 17.5, and there you can target certain players directly, but rather a collective operations that finds too many errors. Something quite striking if one takes into account that among the 10 players with the most minutes on the roster, hardly John Wall is a new face. In that sense, there should be 2 points of hope. The first is that last year, these same players finished in the middle of the table in terms of turnovers, so logic indicates that this should improve that deficit. And on the other hand, both George and Powell have to get back to normal and improve their triple shooting percentages for a long time. What about Kawhi Leonard's injury? Where the story gets a bit murkier for the Clippers is with the Kawhi issue. Leonard misses the entirety of 2021-2022 with a serious right knee injury suffered in the 2021 playoffs, and after nearly a year and a half of recovery, the expectations was that he would be ready and healthy for the start of 2022-2023. But the reality so far has been a very different one. Kawhi played in just 2 of the Clippers' first 6 games and will also sit out Game 7 with complications from the same injured knee. And when he did play, he did it in limited minutes and as a substitute. On one hand, it stands to reason that the Clippers are taking as much care as possible with Leonard. On the other hand, it is worrying news that there is already talk of pain in an injured area a year and a half ago, with just 41 minutes on the field during this 2022-2023 season, even more so considering Kawhi's history of injuries and long recoveries. That lack of shooting by not having all the healthy components during the regular seasons already hurt the team in the playoffs in previous seasons. And even though some of his problems from the start can be improved, if the underlying problem, which is Leonard's health, does not have a strong solutions in these months, history could repeat itself in the following postseason. That's all for today, folks. Thank you for spending some time with us. If you found this video interesting, let us know what you guys think in the comment box. Make sure to hit that like button and notification bell, and subscribe to our channel to get access to more interesting videos from us. While you are here, kindly click one of the other 2 videos you see on your screen. See you there.